I will read the slokas 13 to 19 of the chapter 12. These are the natural traits of a jnani. So we are all trying to follow that traits. So for us it is a sadhana. For a jnani it is natural. He does not have to practice anything. Advesta sarvabhutanam maitra karunaye vachem nirmamo nirakankarah समदुःखसुखक्षमी सन्तुष्टः योगी यतात्मा दृढनिश्चयः मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिः यो मद्भक्तः मे प्रियः यस्मान्नो द्विजते लोको लोकान्नो च यः हर्षामर्षभयोद्वेगैः मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः अनपेक्षश्रुतिर्दक्षा उदासीनो गतव्यतः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी यो मद्भक्तः मे प्रियः यो न हृष्यति न त्वेष्टि न शोचति न काङ्क्षति शुभाशुभपरित्यागी भक्तिमान्यः स मे प्रियः समः शत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयोः शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु समः सङ्गविवर्जितः तुल्यनिन्दास्तु निर्मौनी सन्तुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेतस्थिरमतिः भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः. So we have seen all the disciplines values given up to sloka number 17. 17 says, Yona krishyati na tveshti na chochati na kankshati shubha shubha parityagi bhaktimanyaha same priyaha. Here is talking about the dvandva vimuktihi, nivurtihi, free from the pair of opposites. Even in the second chapter we have seen Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna Nirdvantvo Nitya Sattvastaha Niryogakshema Atmavan Nirdvantaha. So Jnani is not affected by the fluctuations happening in the mind. Our mind has the capacity to originate thoughts, generate reactions, and brings forth various responses. If I see an item which is very dear to me, I like it, the immediate emotion in the mind comes liking. Similarly, if I see another object which is not to my taste, I dislike. So the likes and dislikes are in the mind, not on the Atma. In the case of a jnani, he knows that he is not the mind, he is not the body, he is not the intellect, he is not the sense organs. So naturally, no dvantas affect him. So this is the state of the mind of the jnani. Now in the 18th sloka also, he is talking about some examples. Samaha shatrau cha mitre cha. Samaha shatrau cha mitre cha. Tada manapamanayoho. Shitoshna sukha dukkeshu. Samaha sangha vivarjitaha. Now, Samaha shatrau cha mitre cha. How is it possible that if one is my enemy, how can I look at him as a equal? Say in the case of Lord Krishna, Duryodhana invited him to his place and he offered him. So he offered him all the hospitality, but Krishna said, I will not visit your house because your nature is not according to my nature, because you do not follow any of the dharmic methods. So how can even Lord Krishna can have an inimical attitude when here he says samaha shatraucha mitrecha? So it is not on the external vyavaharika level. If I look from the vyavaharika everyday experience of the body, then I can have inimical or friendly attitudes. But when I am looking from Paramarthika means the reality. When I strip all the upadhis, what is he left with? Atma. And his Atma and my Atma, they are one and the same. That is the meaning of Samaha Shatraucha Mitrecha. Here is one example. In Rishikesh, when Swami Vivekananda was traveling, so he met with one jnani, and the jnani was a true jnani. He is not bothered about anything. So when he went for a bhiksha, some people, who are like what we have in Tamil Nadu, anti-Sanatana Dharmas, so they will start harassing the people. So this jnani was also harassed. He was beaten, his lunch box, everything was taken out, and then he got hurt. And then his colleagues, Swamis, they took him to the ashram, gave him all the type of treatment, and he became moderate. So when he started opening his eyes, so one of the sannyasi asked him, "How do you feel now?" For that jnani replied, "My beloved, it is a great mystery." What is the mystery? That my beloved Lord is playing this game. He knows that he is not affected by it. The Lord is playing this game with me. How? He himself came in one form and attacked me. Now he himself has come in many other forms to serve me with so much love. Both are he. So that means how the jnani will look at the Shatru and Mitra. So this is a very, very strong attitude and conviction. We should also develop such type of mental balance. So that is the meaning of this Shatra Mitrecha Samaha, not from external angle. Like Krishna could not reconcile with Duryodhana, but Krishna has no ill will or um, towards Duryodhana. So Shatra Mitrecha Samaha. Then he says same thing in Mana and Apamana, honor and dishonor. These are also external. As far as you are concerned, you are not concerned at all because you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the intellect. So nothing will affect you. And you are also Purnam. You don't need anything from outside. So tada manapamanayoho. Then he says, Shitoshna Sukha Dukkeshu. In the Gita, there are many places this phrase is used. Shitoshna Sukha Dukkeshu. In the second chapter, 14th sloka, Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya Shitoshna Sukha Dukkadaha Agamapayino Anityaha Tan Tidikshasva Bharata. So he says, the moment your sense organs are in touch with the objects, some emotions will take place, and that is like Chitam Ushnam, and that will create Sukha and Dukkha. And that you have to bear. Tan Titikshasva Bharata. Similarly, on the sixth chapter, there is a sloka similar to that. Because this Shitam and Ushnam cannot stand by itself. It generates the resultant Sukham and Dukkham. So they are all mental fluctuations, oscillations of the mind. Samaha Chatraucha Mitrecha Tada Manapamaneyoho Shitoshna Sukha Dukkeshu Samaha Sangha Vivarjitaha. Samaha Sangha Vivarjitaha means free from attachment. What should he get attached in the case of a jnani? He has everything. He is full, complete, Purnam. So he does not require anything from outside. He can stand on his own. But today, we are not. He is anapekshaha, whereas we are apekshaha. Apeshak means we depend on many things in the world. Relations, wealth, house, everything we depend upon. And he is anapekshaha. Because he can stand on his own leg. Atmanyeva Atmana Chuttaha. That means he knows his inner self. Once he knows his inner self, then we don't need any outside help. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamida Uchyate. So the Purnam is always complete. It cannot be, anything cannot be removed, anything cannot be added, like the ocean. The water rivers join, nothing happens. The rainwater adds, nothing happens. The river remains the same. So he has no attachment. Attachment is like what? Like a lotus leaf. If a few drops of water comes on the lotus leaf, the water does not get attached to the leaf because a small breeze is enough to throw that drop out of that leaf. Padmapatram Vivambasa. So that is the status of the mind of a jnani. I mean, he has no attachment. He may look like, for an ordinary person like us, he thinks he has attachment. In our case, suppose we go to a buffet dinner. Each one, there are different people from different areas. Some Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Bombay, Delhi, and the buffet has a great spread. So each one will go towards his own object. That is his likes and dislikes. Whereas the jnani, he sees everything as equal, samatva, not externally but internally. So samaha sangha vivarjisaha. Attachment is all our problem. Today's problem is attachment. What is attachment? Because ragadvesha. So I like somebody, I don't like the other fellow. And even if a jnani looks everybody as same, but jnani also has enemies from outside, not from his side. Because there are examples of, like as I told you the previous one, that Swami, when he was going for Bhiksha, the people had harassed him. So that is because people don't like him. So that means there are enemies for him. But he has no enemies. enmity with them. Then he says, Tulya Nanda Studir Mauni. Tulya Nanda, equal in criticism and appreciation. If somebody criticizes you, you get angry. If somebody appreciates you, your ego is bloated. Tulya Nanda Studir Mauni. Everybody likes to be praised, but not to be criticized. But for a jnani, he is equal in both. Tulyam, Tulya Ninda Tudir Mauni, Santushto Yena Kena Chitte. That Mauni means he keeps quiet. Not that silence, he is not speaking or he is not this thing. He uses minimum amount of words, but appropriate words and words with wisdom. That is a Mauni. So when he gets any slanging or bad words or something, he is not disturbed. His mind is not disturbed because it is the ego which is getting that abuse. Even the appreciation is for the ego. So as long as he knows that he is not affected, his ego is affected, and he knows that I am not the ego. So when this is called asangaha. So this is what he said in the previous slide, sangha vivarjidaha. Then he says, Santushto yena kenachiti. Santushta means contented, which we have seen in the 14th sloka. Santushtaha sadadam yogi. He is always contented because he is purnam. He is full. So where is the necessity for him to get something from outside to become full, complete? Santushta sadatam yogi there. So here, Santushto yena kenachiti. Yena kenachiti means whatever he gets. He is happy. He does not need that when he goes for bhiksha, Bhavati Puri Dehi, Bhavati Dosha Dehi. He will not say that. Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. Whatever bhiksha he gets, he is happy, contented. If the bhiksha is not available, then also he is happy. Because he will drink a cup of water and be satisfied. That is the attitude of a jnani. Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. If you look at our situation here, one day the breakfast is not up to the mark. What an amount of criticism. Tulya Ninda. But we never praise when someday the food is good. So we are expert in criticism, but when it comes to appreciation, we become silent. At that time, we become mauni. So you should, if you give criticism, if the good things are there, you give appreciate also. So these are the values to be created. Then he says, Santushto yena kenachite aniketaha. Aniketaha stiramatihi. Aniketaha means, Niketa means house, residence. Like we have said, Shanti Niketan. So Aniketaha means he has no house. So here we are talking about a sannyasi. Sannyasi does not own any residence of his own. Normally, sannyasis are supposed to be stay put in a place only for 3 days maximum. And then they should start leaving from that because they should not get attached to a particular place. That's why they call it parivrajakaha. But nowadays, somebody may ask, each sannyasis, they are creating ashrams, they are creating houses, they are creating so many things. But we are not talking about the present day. Real sannyasi is aniketaha. He has no residence. But where is he? He has to reside at some place. Where is he residing? He's in his own heart. Heart is his resting place. Heart is what? Consciousness. So he can sit under a tree and look at the sky and then enjoy, because that is his residence. Aniketaha, Stiramatihi. His mind is totally fixed, dedicated mind to the Atma. Stiramatihi. Stira means stable. Matihi means knowledge. And this is what we call as in the second chapter, Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajna Lakshana means what? He is not shaken by anything. Like in one of the slokas, he has said, that Prajahadi Yata Kaman Sarvan Partha Manogadan Atmanyevatmana Sustaha Sthita Prajna Tadochyate. So that means he has no desires, he has no wants, he has removed all the desires. His mind is fully under control. Such a man is called Sthita Prajnaha, and that is what we call as Aniketaha Stiramatihi Bhaktiman me Priyo Narha. Such a devotee is very, very dear to me. Such a devotee is very, very dear to me. So with this 19th sloka, starting from 13, Lord Krishna has given 36 values. Lord Krishna has brought about a complete picture of the seeker's perfection, his relationship with the world outside, his psychological life, and his intellectual evaluation of the world, of beings and happenings. So that means he has talked about all that which normally we face in the day-to-day world. So we come across a lot of people, we come across swamis, gurus, saints, then even in our uh, official life, we meet a lot of people. But with all that, if somebody gets a promotion, we are envious of that fellow, because then we start rumors that he is not qualified. He is a relative of the director or something. So such type of blames we go on creating, so that the impression is that he is jealous. So this we see in a day-to-day life also. In our own community life, even though we may, if somebody is coming visiting my house, I will welcome them. But heart of heart, whether I welcome them in a true manner or in a false manner, because that depends upon my mental attitude and based on my previous experience with that guy. So these are all the values. So we should try it. If all these values are in the mind, they are not in the physical body or anything. And the mind has to be controlled. That is why we always say yoga yukta. Yoga yukta means sense organs and the mind should be totally controlled, and the intellect should be directed to good thinking. That means viveka. We should have the discriminative capacity, and that discriminative capacity, what is good, what is real, what is unreal. So that only will help us in rejecting all the unreliable items in the world, objects in the world. What are the unreliable objects? Everything is false, mithya, jagan mithya, brahma satyam, jagan mithya. So till such time we get that realization, and for helping that, he has given these 36 values. Any one or two can be practiced. Like Harishchandra took the value of Satyam till the last. He never, Vishwamitra tried his level best to make one false statement from Harishchandra, but he didn't succumb. So that is the Stiramatihi. His mind is very, very stable, come what may. That means it has become his nature. For us, we have to cultivate. Even while cultivating also, we tell lies. We cultivate Satyam. But when time comes, opportunity is required, we tell lies. So these are all, that means we are very, very flexible. We have no thinking of our own. Why I should not tell lies? Why I should tell only truth? Because we should have that value on that value. We don't have that. We read Upanishads, we read Gita, we read scriptures, we attend scriptural lectures and all that. But nothing is going inside because it does. You do not own it afterwards. Till such time you own this teaching, then only it will be useful to you. So that is what he says here. So the last sloka he says, "Ye tu dharmyamrutamidam yadoktam paryupasate श्रद्धदान मत्परमः भक्तास्तेतीव मे priyaha." Whatever I have talked about all these times, yetu dharmyamrutam, that nectar of dharmyamrutam, yadoktam, in the proper way, paryupasade, the one who follows these values. What values have been described so far? They are amrutam, immortal, nectar. Saddalana, he has put one more condition. With all faith, full faith. Mat Parama, they should have total belief in me. I am the anchor for them. They should know that there is no outside anchor. I am the anchor for them. Mat Parama. Bhaktas Teti Vame Priyaha. That bhaktas are very, very dear to me. Now there is a confusion here. In the 7th chapter, there he was talking about 4 types of bhaktas. He says, "Artho चतुर्विधा भजन्ते मां जनाः सुखिनो अर्जुन आर्तो जिज्ञासुरर्थार्थी ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ." 4 types of bhaktas. And then he qualifies tesham jnani nityayukta, ever in steadfast in me, eka bhakti, he has no other single pointed devotion, eka bhaktir vishishyate, priyo hi jnaninotyartam aham sacha mama priyaha. So there he is talking about a jnani as his dearest. Here he is talking about bhakta as his dearest. So the meaning is a bhakta, true bhakta, jnani bhakta, he is also a jnani, he is also a devotee. That is, we have seen, that 5 steps we saw, that the 5th step, nirguna brahma jnanam, that is called jnani, real jnani. And he and bhakta, they are one and the same. Again, on the 18th chapter, he again makes one more statement. Brahmabhuta prasannatma, Brahmabhutaha prasannatma, na shochati na kankshati. The one who has realized Brahman, he is not sorrowful, he is not desiring anything. Samahas sarveshu bhuteshu matbhaktim labate param. So such a jnani also, he obtains me. Matbhaktim labate param. So the whole idea is that we should follow these values so that we get dharmyamritam, we get that immortality. Normally, we know when I say dharma means that you have to follow certain laws and rules and regulations. That is also okay, but that is the outside meaning. But the inner meaning is the one who has realized the self, he is a dharmic person. Dharmya Amritam. He has immortality. Lord says he must be endowed with faith. Here the term faith means the necessary capacity to assimilate spiritual ideas. Assimilate spiritual ideas with ourselves through subjective personal experience. That means whatever has been exposed and brought to under our understanding, it should not remain there, it should remain with us. So that is what he says here. So Amritam Dharma, immortal Dharma. So Dharma and Shraddha, Bhakti and Dhyanam. Shraddha, faith, Bhakti, devotion, and Dhyanam, Dhyanam is constant meditation, are the three principles that make one steady into spiritual life. So if I want to follow spiritual life, I should have all the three. I should have Shraddha, attention. I should have faith, but that is bhakti, and you should have dhyana yoga. So that it's a very simple to follow, but one has to sustain with an effort to achieve any one of these qualities, 36 values he has talked about. And one value Harishchandra took as Satyam, because he gave so much value for that Satyam, he got liberation. So that means we also can get liberation, provided liberation from what? From this samsara. Because we are all, day to day, we are worried. Morning onwards, the moment you get up, especially at the old age, whether who will look after me, who will do this, so much of worries. We start with worries only, end with worries. That is why nowadays, the computer says that if you want to enter into the computer, you read a password, and they call it www. Worry, worry, worry. So 3 times. With that, whatever you want, you put it, then you get the computer will open and then give you all the information about that worries. So this Gita, this 12th chapter is a chapter for the 5 levels of bhakti. He has given the step by step how to climb up to the 5th floor, Jnani Bhakti, and then what is the description of a bhakta. That is, what are his natural qualities that we should emulate from him, and we should have that sadhana. So we should cultivate those values as our sadhana so that we can also achieve this. So with this chapter of Bhakti Yoga, 12th chapter, is concluded, and we say, Om Srimad Bhagavat Om Tatsadivi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishnarjuna Sambhade Bhakti Yogo Nama Dvadashodhyayaha Bhakti Yoga 12th chapter. With this, we are also completing the second Shatkam. First Shatkam was Atma Swarupam. Second Shatkam was Ishvara Swarupam. Now we have the third Shatkam of 6 chapters that gives you the Jnana Yoga. So that we will take it up in the new year, new English calendar new year. Hari Om. Now I will ask Sri Natarajan to give a summary of the 12th chapter.